What up, my freaks? RuinusInsight here with part 22 of my Total Warhammer 3 Vlad and Isabella Immortal Empires campaign. So as we saw last time, a couple pretty interesting battles. Rudolph once again destroyed the Sartosans who dared to come calling after declaring war on us. They did this to themselves, and they've suffered for it at Rudy's hand pretty greatly. In addition to that, to my somewhat annoyance, Zavastra was attacked by the Fecondites, who we very nicely left alone up to now to allow them to duke it out with the remains of the Empire. That is eventually going to change, which we're still gonna leave them there, especially because Rod here was summoned to defend Zavastra and did it successfully. We are of course going to delete him shortly, but I do want to check if there is another army out here. In fact, I think since he's here, we might as well send him to scout. We destroyed the main Skaven stack. I'm just now wondering, should we keep him for a few turns? Zavastra's gonna take 4 turns to get those walls up and running, so maybe we just keep him until then. Because who knows, a stack might come along. Yeah, fine. We'll keep him here for now, even though it's costing us a decent amount of cash. Speaking of cash, we've nearly reached 10,000 Dark Favor again, and I think to celebrate, we will put the final retrofits onto Vlad's army. So first of all, Königstein Stalkers, I love you guys, and you are going to join another army, because you're quite good, but I haven't figured out which army yet, and we'll put you there shortly. In the meantime, you are no longer needed here, and we shall raise, finally, our Terrorgeist and our second Vargulf. There we go. Vargulfs and Terrorgeists obviously also share Isabella's buffs, just like the Vargeists do, and the Bats and the Dire Wolves. Of course, the Black Coaches don't, but they're pretty good here, and I like something in terms of the Magic Chariots in addition to the Claw of Nagash. This is a pretty nice army, and it'll work very nicely as a Death Star. Of course, this puts us back at 9k, so we'll need to get it back up to 10, but you know, it is what it is. I think deleting, at least temporarily, our Strigoi will do that for us. Now, Vlad, 2 other things for you, buddy. You and your Necromancer. Your Necromancer needs to leave the army, like so, and he needs to return to the army, like so. Now, our Replenished Troops is backwards, should be at plus 17. Beautiful. Also, you have that Staff of Damnation, so you are good as you are. That provides you with physical resistance as well. Good, because that Corpse Guard is a little bit on the fragile side. Now, Vlad, I want you to head out here and go into... Okay, channeling stance doesn't work here, so I guess raiding. I guess this place is corrupted territory. Ooh, wait. We need to move way further if we want to raid. Oh, it's actually 50% penalty, eh? Would we be able to reach this in a single turn from here? I feel like we would not. Let's go to relatively closer here. It says 50%, but if it's like ambush, it doesn't actually mean 50%, it means 50 points. Right? I guess we're about to find out. Sometimes I feel like it's lying. Go here. And no, we can still raid, so it does indeed not mean 50% at all, just 50 points. I swear, in a recent campaign, I did it to the exact number of points, and it didn't listen. Very rudely. Anyway, Azazel's running away, but perhaps he will join at the Tower of Crack, especially if we do this. Vlad, you're gonna get the order to attack. I don't know if the AI actually secretly sees these orders, but I'm hoping that it does. You, Tech Thief, you need to re-up your tech thievery, so you're gonna steal it from Zoishank to take advantage of Queen Bee. And there we go, we also got Steel Tech up and running. Well done. As in the buff, so good for Vlad. We also spent a lot more of our money there than I would have liked, but what can you do? You got 2 more turns for Steel Tech, and you have 3 more turns, so you guys are relatively okay. Let's see, Krugenwald, 28 and 1. Oh, that's pretty good. 26 and 3. Wait, 71, 71. So the chance to succeed is higher, but this one has a less chance of getting wounded, so let's do this. And another success, you are now at 5 turns. And other Tech Thief, I think you're gonna try to assassinate. Mostly because, well, we're nearing to another use of Bloodkiss, another bloodline raising, so I feel like we should. Hey, there we go, and your wound chance increases as well. We've been getting Lorekeeper a lot lately. We got it on a couple of other units last time as well, interestingly enough. Alrighty, and assault units now maxed out. Beautiful. You guys are going to be immortal soon. Isn't that just lovely? Okie dokie, while we're moving these guys around, we might as well continue. We saw that Batilda had attacked the Skaven out here, and unfortunately, for whatever reason, Channeling Stance seemed to have failed. It displayed like it would have worked last turn, and then it did not actually heal us up. I am not entirely sure why, because this is enemy territory and it's not corrupted by anything. But oh well, what can you do? Now, I think what we want to do here is move our assassin up here, and we want to probably stop Fabrigir with a block army. In fact, rather than buffing up Assassinate, we're going to get block army up and running right now. Mostly because we're going to have to run back and deal with this. It's not a strong army, but it'll still probably be needed to be dealt with by Batilda herself. Pieter Grigorovich, you are going to identify Mount Silver Spear, and just to see what's in here. Plus it's the free XP considering you're quite low. I assume it's a full stack, and no, it is not a full stack. I was expecting something a little bit better than that. Then why are you out here if that's not a full stack? Barely even worth sacking, to be perfectly honest, but since we're down here, we might as well give it a try. Also, oh, okay, never mind. I am glad we went down here, and oh, look at this, Queek is here too. Okay, the armies are... wait. We've gotten ourselves into a situation, haven't we? You could, in theory, march stance, and you could jump. Would the dwarfs help us if we moved beside their territory? They might. They might, but they also might not. Okay, looks like we're going to ignore you then. This is in Karazakarak, so I'm wondering, if we move like this, will this allow us to heal? Let's hope so. Damn, I was gonna sack the place, but now I'm really glad I moved you first. Okay, so now we're beside Dwarven territory. We're not healing here, but we are close to them. Maybe these guys will attack us. Maybe they will not. Maybe they'll just go past us. But Tilda, you're gonna need to hunt them down either way. Hopefully the dwarfs don't take this opportunity to declare war on us. It would be quite unfortunate. I do imagine that we could still destroy this army, but then 3 Skaven stacks to contend with. Yeah, Bathilda looks like she's gonna have some fun in the near future. Also, further stacks from Clan Rictus, interesting. Interesting. Mount Gunbad, we're gonna need to get your walls up to 2nd level, I fear. Mostly because they're going to be here soon, and by them I obviously mean the Skaven. Alrighty, well, we'll deal with that as it comes. Next up, Next Tech Thief. You have 2 options. You could try for Morphic here. Morphific, sorry. 26-3, which would probably succeed. And that would give us our another Blood Kiss. And we do still want the extra research, but you know what? Try this. I would really love for this to succeed right now. Ah, there you go. We got that extra Blood Kiss, which means more vampiric corruption everywhere via the 2nd Strigoi awakening. Lovely. Alrighty. That's nice. And just out of curiosity, what did you roll into? Master of the Black Art. So a Bound, Spirit Leech, and a Miscast Reduction. It's not horrible, but Tilda has the same thing. But it's not great either. That said, it's probably better than Dark Majesty, which is what you have. I'll think about it. I want to get... It's funny that we have a strong Necrarch, but not a strong Strigoi, but what can you do? Alrighty, Roderick, you're staying where you are. Peter, you are not going to stay where you are. You are going to move... Right, wait, can you recover in Channeling Stance? No. Can you recover in Channeling Stance here? Apparently not. Okay, you're gonna go into raiding at 50% then, right there. Nope, right there. Alrighty, and you're going to raid this territory here, mostly to stave off the attrition. What I'm thinking is, we're about to attack Averland. If they take Migdal von Galbarak, or if they fail, this army will probably be hurt enough for Peter to attack it. Otherwise, we're going to start moving Rudy up here as well. Like so. This will mean abandoning Matorka, but we can always raise a Necro with some some zombies in there, or some basic skeletons to try to protect it. You two should be able to take Averland quite quickly, and then work on stuff together. I may also raise a temporary lord here to summon some more units for Peter, as he needs a few more, but we'll see in a second if we have enough money remaining after this turn for that. We just did spend some from Vlad. Actually, while we're here, quick deal. You. Non-aggression pact, yes. Always check the diplomacy, especially as our relationship is going up with various factions right now. You're near military access pact, but I'm willing to bet you're not going to do this right now. 3k is a little much. Let's keep growing our friendship. Maybe we'll get another Cathay faction on our side. It would be nice to just get all the Cathay and all the Wood Elf factions united with us. Presuming that the Cathayans, of course, don't get destroyed by something. It does look like the Imperial Wardens are doing a good job at still holding the Bastion. It seems that Village and the USAC haven't gone south through it yet. So good job to them. They definitely could have lost it. Though they're definitely also going to be having a tough time with Nakai. And I do have to wonder whether Lokir Felhart is still alive. I would imagine that he is, just by virtue of the fact that, well, much weaker factions like the Jiangxi rebels are still alive. But anyway, we'll figure that out when we see them, or if one of our allies suddenly dies. Fortunately, by allying with Immortal Vampires, we can raise them right back. That's the benefit. Okie dokie, Kislev, you are going to start collecting income. Let's put it back up to 10k. You could get furs, which will give us income and reduce upkeep on direwolves and vargulfs. Not that those cost a crazy amount right now. Or in the alternative, wait. Would the 3% on vargulfs and direwolves give us enough of a cost comparable to the 500, rather 612 from the Gibbet? I doubt it. I don't think we have enough vargulfs or direwolves on the field. So we'll get that afterwards. We'll definitely get furs and the Boca Palace and whatever else in here, but afterwards. Though Kislev, we will probably need to build a wall here. I do think that these places probably take priority. In fact, okay, we can't build walls here, but Nagenhof, you probably need a wall ASAP as well. Unless we want to raise that Necromancer and raise some stuff for Pete. Let me see here. How much would it cost to raise? Well, the Graveguard aren't that expensive to raise. But we do need, he does need a Mortis engine, because everybody needs a Mortis engine. Can't leave home without your Mortis engine. And he does need at least one Vargeist, which together is going to be fairly expensive. Ooh, and we got another Morngul as well. And that's quite lovely. Alright, fine. I guess we got a raise. Alright, fine. You are going to go. And then we are going to raise a Morngul. Like so. Oh, wait, you know what? We'll raise it next turn, because we can take the benefit of not losing the money from having raised them. We will, however, raise the Master Necromancer that's going to follow them along this turn. Or actually, you know what? It would be cheaper to just raise Maldwin to bail out Peter yet again. Even though he is slightly more expensive, there is no upfront cost, so that's a little better. Alright, you. Plus, if you get any extra levels or something like that, that would also work out, because we still... Ah, no, never mind. We do have... No, we don't. It's Benevolent Overlord we want, so we need to be at level 10 for that. Get to level 10, buddy. And we will give you a Grave Ghoul, a Grave Digger, right now as well, so that you can raise dead cheaply. Do you need any of these for Peter's army? I don't think so. I think he'll be fine. He'll be mostly Graveguard and ranged focused, plus Vargeist in terms of Cav and a couple Black Knight units. Standard Imperial tactics for the von Carsteins, minus the Vargeists, I suppose. And maybe one Vargulf to act instead of a steam tank. I like to think of the Vargulfs as the line anchors in the same way that a steam tank would be, minus the ranged effect, of course. Though, of course, a Mortis engine also suffices in that regard. Line anchor, I mean. But we'll see. We'll see what we have in terms of money and stuff remaining. That means we also can spend other monies. Not on raising stuff, but on upgrades. And let's see if there are any more gibbets to go before we end this turn. And then see exactly what happens down with Bathilda. I'm very interested there. Ooh, let's get that Dies up and running. Our trade is not that much right now, and I would like to upgrade it. Vertbad can actually generate wine, but we will need to actually get there to actually upgrade it to it. Ostermark, you, ooh. You can upgrade one of these. I forgot what this does, the pastures. I feel like that gives us money and control, but I could be wrong. Yeah, it's money and control. Okay. I was going to upgrade Nagenhof, but, well, you know what? If that's the only place left with a gibbet available, and I do think that it is, then that is indeed what we're gonna do. Might as well keep upgrading all these. Every one of these upgraded means another gibbet in the near future. Okie dokie, and I believe that's it. We're not going to do any of the levels on Vlad, because he just doesn't need them right now. Might as well allow him to get nearly maxed out. Pietro, though, you will need your level for Specialist for next turn before we do anything else, and I do believe that's it. Unless, wait, Vlad's Necro, just to double check you, buddy. You are at, do you have your Master of the Dead second level? Yes, you do. Gotta have that heal addition. And you don't have the Unholy Lodestone, but you're getting there. Let's get you Raised Dead, and Evasion, and Magical Reserves. Beautiful. You know what, let's just go to next turn. I sincerely doubt that these guys are going to be fighting next turn anyway, so skip that. And let's see. See if anything interesting happens. Let's see if Queek decides to try to surround us. Let's see if the dwarfs declare war on us. Could be an interesting end turn. Okay, it looks like Clan Moors hasn't attacked us, but I'm not sure they were actually in range to do so. Karazakarak did not declare war on us. Good. Good for now, though we will be fighting them later. Ah, Azazel, you know what's gonna happen. You've moved back to defend. Durthu, you want a defensive alliance, buddy? I would do it. I really would, but everybody hates you, except me, apparently. And the problem is that lots of other factions love to declare war on Durthu and other Wood Elves for whatever reason. Although Durthu's kind of, you know, stab-happy himself for a number of reasons, although he has good reasons for it. But anyway. We're not going to do that right now. Maybe later. Weirdly enough, Draika is less aggressive than Durthu is. Though I do wonder if Durthu's AI has been modified not to be as aggressive as he was. I remember that... I think I mentioned this before, but in Total Warhammer 1, the Wood Elf AI was insane for a while, and then they nerfed it to essentially be a lot more isolationist, but then it just stayed in the woods, and now it does seem like it's in a decent place. As we can see, Durthu's expanded, though we did give him some of these. He also took some of these, and so has Talzin. Though they haven't been doing a great job at keeping the Broken Axe down. That's not necessarily a bad thing, because the Broken Axe has been attacking both Reichland as well as Britonia. So good for them. Vitevo receives a plague. Yeah, we're probably going to have to build an anti-plague establishment here somewhere, but eventually. Ah, and if it isn't Molder, back for more. Definitely another reason, ooh, Gibbet, or Gallows. Another reason to build those walls up in Kislev, because that faction, that army, is not going to hold against 2 stacks, I would imagine. Especially not with the weak towers, and the fact that we have no ranged units. 5 turns, eh? We'll see what we can do. Vlad, in the meantime, you have important stuff to do, which is sack and destroy Azazel for the 3rd time. Though not for the final time, because we want the money from the 16k. Oh, is it sweet. Alrighty. Pyrrhic victory, you say, game? We shall see. We shall see. Emmanuel, you've got another duel, and it does seem like Azazel has grown stronger once again, though he still does not have perfect vigor, which means he will be tired, as he has spent his time in March Stance. Here we go. This is more or less the final version of Vlad's army, though I might get some more Blood Knights in here, because I really like them, and it feels like Vlad should have a nice coterie of Blood Knights. Anyway, here we go.
Shall be done.
Please say the world will drown in blood just once. I just want to hear you say it, man. Alrighty, here we go. The Death Star approaches, and it's looking pretty good now, especially with our 2 Vargulfs on the field, the addition of the extra Vampire, our 2nd unit of Blood Knights, and of course, the Necromancer and his Master of the Dead providing additional healing. All looking real nice. Now, this is the first portion of the battle, so it'll be pretty easy, though unfortunately for the enemy, we get to take out their Mirror Guard essentially for free. Of course, Azazel and his stacks are going to come in as reinforcements, as in Azazel's main stack plus the garrison, so there will be a lot of forces to destroy, but once again, unfortunate to lose a regiment of renown like this. I do wonder how strong the Mirror Guard have gotten since the update. I remember they were pretty lackluster in the vanilla of Total Warhammer 1. Pretty fragile, which I guess is also unfortunate considering how disliked Sigvald was at the time, because he was kind of a boring lord. Also, being a foot lord with no mass really didn't help. And even when they added mass to make like Grimgor impossible to knock down, I don't know whether they did the same to Sigvald, and even if they did, it probably isn't nearly as much, so he'd still probably get knocked around by a lot of things. Anyway, that beginning of the fight is done and all those little units are dead, though there is still a Chaos Lord somewhere in this pile of the dead, and I believe this particular battle is going to somewhat echo the battle we had, what, 2-3 episodes ago? I think it was 2 episodes ago. That one against the Molder clan, where it was essentially a massive amount of units of Molder. We're going to try to, again, similarly draw the enemy to the middle of the map, because a lot of this battle is going to be to try to chase and destroy as many units as possible, insofar as we're actually able to. Fortunately, a lot of Vlad's Death Star is very quick moving, which is generally going to be pretty nice. Otherwise, we're going to move Vlad by himself and away from the rest of our force in the hopes that if he's by himself over here somewhere, Azazel will go for him rather than jump into our Death Star and immediately die. To be fair, we've already had several duels with Emmanuel, so it's time for him to duel Vlad, and yes, it looks like Azazel falls for it. This is everything I've ever wanted. There we go. And it's finally nice to see Azazel's combat moves on the ground rather than in the air. I do wonder if they're different. Oh, that's nice. Oh, that's real nice. There we go. Alrighty, let's see how they're doing just briefly here, slowing it down. Looks like Azazel's dropped to nearly half HP. He's suffering from the sundered armor from Vlad, and of course that Master of Beguilement is hurting him as well. He is, however, countering with his own Demon Blade, though the ability to go through Vlad's melee defense with a 36 melee attack is pretty unlikely. He's also got 0 armor, which is quite problematic. After the application of that sundered armor, he's taking quite a bit. And this is Vlad without having used any of his active healing. This is all non-active healing. I also on purpose did not buff Vlad in any way, so we didn't use Occam's Mind Razor, and we didn't use Van Hel's Danse Macabre on him, only his own buffs like Red Fury, and Azazel doesn't seem to be able to do any damage to him one-on-one, which is pretty appropriate. That was a nice poke with his sword, but still. I like Vlad's sword more anyway. It's got that nice witchlight glow. Yeah, poke him in the thigh. He might enjoy that. He might enjoy that a little more. Alrighty, and it looks like he's like, nope, I don't want any more of this. He's gonna bring in some outside help to try to deal with Vlad. Of course, Vlad isn't afraid of a few Marauder horsemen. Unfortunately, though, Azazel is going to be too difficult to catch, though he is gonna come back and try to fight us. Ooh, is this a jumping attack? No, he's gonna fly up in the air, and I guess he wants to duel Emmanuel instead. He has lost to Emmanuel previously, 2 or 3 times at this point, but I guess he wants to try again. At the very least, every time he fights Emmanuel, he actually hurts Emmanuel fairly badly at times, whereas Vlad, he couldn't even harm, so yeah. Ooh, I love that spinning animation. And also, I guess, while I forgot to mention this, this is technically the debut of the first Terrorgeist that we get. Hey, little buddy. You're gonna get a lot of kills. You have a pet now. Alrighty, there we go. And now Azazel's fighting Emmanuel. I just find this funny. And the way he ran away from Vlad. Alrighty, well, now that we know that he's essentially lost his duel, we don't need to wait for it. We're just gonna knock him out of the sky with Emmanuel and surrounding him in the air. He'll drop to the ground again, and we're good. The Death Star will reform in the center here while we wait for the main force of the enemies to come in. They do have, what, 40 units? Or close to it at least, because there was a full stack from Azazel plus the entirety of a very high-level garrison. So should be fun killing all of those. Also, Emmanuel, you did take a little bit of damage, but now we're popping that Blood Chalice of Bathory, which should get you right back up and running. Certainly not as tanky as Vlad is. And Vlad ain't done with his build yet, so he'll get stronger still. And yeah, Vlad's definitely a monster in terms of being extraordinarily difficult to kill, which is, I guess, a lot of his gimmick, so it does make sense. And here we go, some Warhounds very, very bravely charging into this nonsense. As long as we maintain Death Star, I don't think the enemy has a prayer. Though we do have to continue running our own doggos around and trying to catch any units that rout or are shattered and are separated from the rest of their force to make sure that they're destroyed for good. Otherwise, the Death Star is going to move a little bit closer to the woods, unfortunately, and I only say unfortunately because it's always difficult to see. And we just gotta keep the Death Star moving together. Right now we're trying to hunt chariots specifically, mostly because it's the best way to surround them and then destroy them, rather than having the doggos go after them. But otherwise, there wasn't enough enemy units near us in terms of enemy infantry to make good use of this. And there we go, now the infantry are here. And they're finally ready to fight. We'll see how that works out for them, though, and the closer they get, the more they mob up and blob up, the more problems they're going to have, because we will be able to get some spell work out. Popping some debuffs on the enemy, I believe... Or was that a buff on us? No, those were buffs on us. We're getting Von Hell's and Danse Macabre, as well as that Staff of Damnation. A 64 melee attack on every single one of our units. Vlad has 179 melee attack, completely unnecessarily. Yeah, that high magic attack, or that high melee attack in combination with the Occam's Mind Razor, raising everybody's base weapon damage, is pretty damn good, so everything should be hitting real hard. Claw of Nagash with that 109 melee attack as well. Look at that compared to the melee defense. Kinda hilarious. Alrighty, and in the background, obviously, our flyers are just flying around, dropping down on everything they can reach, and preventing it from getting out. And there we go. Now we almost have a sort of battle line going as our knights are facing off against the enemy, and then we're getting a Penumbral Pendulum going one way and a Wind of Death going the other way, ripping apart some of those demonettes and very, very badly mauling all those units. Look at all those very low HP values after that. Or HP bars, I should say. And oh look, some Chaos Spawn. You ain't gonna fight Vargulf. Also, we haven't seen the Vargulfs fight too much, so let's watch them. Do a little dance, I suppose. Spread a little love. Get down tonight. Alright, come on, hit a spawn. There you go. Although more Chaos Warriors went flying, that still works for me. Alrighty, now it's just a matter of advancing. The balance of power has vastly shifted in our direction, and just like that, the entire army, I believe, has decided that they want no more. That turned very, very suddenly. All those units died extremely quickly, and I do believe that use of both the Wind of Death as well as that Penumbral Pendulum hitting nearly all of their line simultaneously basically broke the army. Then only a few minutes, I suppose, or seconds of fighting in the Death Star there saw them die. Ooh, nice attack from the Terrorgeist. Didn't get to see the Terrorgeist do too much work. Of course, the Terrorgeist is an anti-large specialist, but I'm sure we will in other battles. I suppose we could have sent the Terrorgeist to try to hit Azazel a little bit, but I would imagine that the Lord would be able to beat a single Terrorgeist. Probably with at least a little bit trouble, but, you know, not a crazy amount. Anyway, now it's just a matter of chasing troops down, and that's a little bit boring, so we're gonna speed through that. Though there are, to be fair, once again, quite a lot of troops to chase down. Once again, though, I am very glad of this type of army that we have here for these battles, as between the Direwolves, the Blood Knights, and our Flyers, and our two chariots here, or our black coaches, we're very, very good at killing any units that run away. I would be interested to see how well the enemy survives if we were to chase down a bunch of ogres or something like that, though as we've seen before, the black coaches are surprisingly good at chasing down monstrous infantry as well, plus the Terrorgeist would be pretty good at that. And there is an Exalted Hero here, though I think it might get away. Or maybe not. Well, if it did get away, it barely got away with barely any HP left, and we should be just about done here. Actually, in terms of damage, I think we only took damage to one unit, which was a Blood Knight unit, I think. Let's just double check here. I saw that low bar, and to be fair, the Blood Knights do make up the bulk of our Death Star at this point, since we no longer have infantry. Interesting. Let's check out the damage dealt and the damage done. Alrighty, well, Azazel falls once again, and Vlad did get a nice duel out of him, to the point that Azazel realized he couldn't even hurt Vlad and had to go and fight Emmanuel instead. Well, that was pretty nice. Also, the enemy army was destroyed, not quite to a man, but nearly so, whereas we only suffered damage, ironically, to this one Blood Knight unit. Not too bad. I'm not entirely sure why this Blood Knight unit got so badly hurt compared to the other one, but it's okay. We could just heal it back up over a single turn, I would imagine. Plus, we got a potion of healing out of it. Very nice. Oh, I was about to say, oh, maybe we can replenish them to full, but no dice, and the amount of money we gain from this battle is basically non-existent. So let's just heal the Blood Knights a little bit so that they don't die on auto-resolve as we sack the new place. Tower of Crack. Hey, and there's that unholy lodestone for the Necro. Perfect. And now we have exactly what we need. Death Star working quite well. Vlad, sack the place. Decisive victory and casualties low? I would certainly think so. More casualties, or at least more damage than the previous battle, but a 16.5k payday is certainly worth our time. There we go. Gleaming Pennant I don't really care about, and we'll come back. Azazel, please go ahead and build yourself back up to tier 5 or so. We will go into... I was about to say channeling stance, but perhaps not. Perhaps we go south, regardless of the fact that we suffer attrition here. It's not like we're needed here anymore, and I do want to take Erengrad, and I mean take Erengrad for ourselves. We do have Kislev after all. We can ignore Castle Alexandrinov and Zoyshenk for now. I don't think they offer anything, and I generally don't like these two province territories up here. If anything, this should be one province. Fort Strogov, Fort Ostrosk, Zoyshenk, and Castle Alexandrinov. There was no need to weaken the province like this, in my opinion. And I get that it's an oblast and not a real, and not a massive province, but nonetheless. Erengrad Oblast or not. And actually I just want to say, well, this place, Eastern Oblast is 3, so why not make this one 4? Because it'll never make enough money like this. As a single province, I mean. But anyway, I digress. Good job, Vlad. That's a decent amount of cash that we can use on various needed things. Batilda, where did those Skaven go? They are trying to approach Mount Gunbad. Okie dokie. Unfortunately, we can't reach you. However, all we need to do in theory is move to... Ah, damn. Wait. You, Assassin, are going to move here to where the Queen Bee is located. Then, from here, you are going to attack the... Ooh, wait. Is that... good as it gets? We can also stop Queek. But honestly, because Skaven slave army is pretty weak. Weak is weak, go figure. Also, what are you? You're not a Doom Engineer, are you? Or are you a Pestilent Scheme? You are a Pestilent Scheme. Okay, well, the Plague is annoying, but not as annoying as that stupid Doom Engineer. I hate those things. Mount Silver Spear. I guess you can steal tech, though you lack the queen bee. Hopefully you don't get assassinated while you're here. Try it. Oh, you succeeded at that at least. Good job, buddy. You have specialists, so now go into... You know what? You're gonna go into wound instead. Yeah. Alrighty, and Matilda. Well, it looks like the dwarfs aren't attacking you. You are going to...
Yes,
Damn.
my lord of death.
Too bad you can't channel and heal here. I think what you need to do is go into ambush so that they don't realize that you're here and don't try to run away. So you're gonna go, let's say, out here.
Strike out.
Yes. And then you are going to go into ambush, whereas you are going to catch this army and come on, please succeed, we need this right now. Yes, alright, this army is blocked, meaning it's dead next turn, and this is the more elite army than Queek's is. I expect Queek to jump over all this, in fact. Also, are these caravans from factions we know? Okay, yeah, it's Western Provinces. And what about you? Near to the military axis. Let's check diplomacy in a second here. But we got other stuff to do first. Tech thieves. You got 2 more turns. You could try to assassinate somebody. Anybody a good chance to assassinate? 100%? I'll take it. That's a free blood kiss. There you go. Definitely taking that. And let's buff you up with assault units, and then you can... I guess you'll be exhausted for a turn, 2 turns. You'll go steel tech after that. But still, worth our time. Next thief, please. You've got this for 4 more turns, so you're good. If you could assassinate somebody, we can start assassinating Reichland heroes. We will be fighting Reichland eventually. No amount of them disliking us is going to change that. Though that said, there is alliances between Imperial factions that do kind of like us and Reichland. So maybe we want to stay on their good side for now until we're ready to betray them. Which tells me you, exhausted, are going to stay here and you're just going to steal some tech. Hopefully not from somewhere where you have a low chance, though, like this. There you go. What happened to all the heroes of this faction? Damn. And I see nobody's taken Wolfenburg yet. Let's get that gold mine. If we can get Ehrengrad, and then hold Ehrengrad and Kislev, and then later on Prague as well, with nicely walled up cities. Oh, in fact, speaking of nicely walled up, let's get you up and running there, Kislev's walls. Good. And was that the last tech thief? I think there was one more. You, down here. You were exhausted, so in fact there is no other tech thief because you can't do anything right now. Okie dokie. Next up, Maldvin. You're gonna raise some dead. Did I give you the Grave Digger? Indeed I did. So, first of all, Rudy, you are going to raise another Morngul for yourself. Like so. And then you're gonna move out. Looks like this place... you're gonna suffer some attrition. Nah, it'll be fine. Not a big deal. Maldvin, you need to raise stuff, and I'm not 100% sure exactly what and how much of it. First of all, you have a Hex Wraith, and oh, you guys could trade right now if you wanted to. You can't heal here anyway. Doesn't like you're doing anything. Yeah, you know what? Let's trade right now. You are going to get the Varix Reavers and the Black Knights. You are going to take the Chillgeists. You are going to give the Graveguard, not the Necromancer, and you're going to take the Cairn Wraiths. Everything else is as it should be, minus the fact that you have 2 extra units. Just give him some zombies for now. Doesn't really matter. Now. You, Necromancer, are not ready to get well, we're not ready to replace that Unholy Low Sun. Oh, damn, I forgot. We need to replace the... they can't do it anymore. I forgot about the freaking main units, the ranged units. It's okay, though. We just need to figure out how many Graveguard and other stuff is going to go in here. At least 1 Direwolf, 1 more, let's say 1 Direwolf, 1 Bat, 1 Vargeist. As many Graveguard as we can handle. Graveguard. Vargeist, Mortis Engine. What else was I gonna do here? A single bat. Wait, what? Oh, there it is. Was it a single bat and a single doggo? I think it was. Alright, there we go. These 6 units to you, though now you'll need another Greatsword and Graveguard at least, and plenty more Graveguard where that came from, actually. And several other things. In fact, we need to replace all of this. But we will put a Necromancer in here as well. And still thinking about that Vargulf. We can certainly put it in here. We also got to remember that the money will go back up once this army is deleted, and so are the unnecessary troops. Actually, speaking of troops, you currently have 4 Cairn Wraiths. I mean, you could do with a 5th. These guys are all going to be gone and replaced by zombies or skeletons to hold the line. Most likely skeletons, actually, because the zombies will die too quick. I would think that, 4 units, eh? You definitely need more Hex Wraiths. And probably a second Mortis engine at that. On the other hand, I don't really want to overinvest, because, well, we don't want to put our money down way too much. You know what? Hold off on those Hex Wraiths. You can raise them yourself. Just get 1 more set of Cairn Wraiths. I think that'll be good. And, you know, we'll hold off on the Vargulf as well. I think. We'll see. Maybe we'll put it back here. We will, we'll see how it all goes, because we want to get some Cathayan Fire Rain rockets in here, or some kind of artillery for this Imperial-style army. Okay, good enough. We're back down to 7k. I don't want to waste any more money. You are going to go and give you some stuff. And then the other guy some stuff too, but let's start with you. There we go, nice little vampiric congregation. In fact, just to make this easier, what we'll do is trade you everything and just take some zombies. There we go, perfect. And all the zombies will be gone, at least for now. And you have an unholy lodestone. Good. Until you get a necromancer, which means you... Oh, you could have actually traded it to him too? Damn, wait, can you still trade with this guy? No. I was hoping to swap out the ranged units, but oh well, too late. Not a big deal. You, my friend, are gonna get deleted at least once again, temporarily. Though I am gonna give you... Restless Dead, there you go. Alright, now we're back up to 8k, regardless of the retrofit, so that's not so bad. Though the retrofit will at least slightly continue. Looking pretty good now. You have 3 Graveguard, you need at least 2 more regular, 2 more ones with the ranged weapons, and I think you're probably going to lose 2 bats. We're going to replace all these bats with Vargeists anyway. They're not going to be in this army anymore afterwards, and even the Direwolves aren't going to be in this army. They're just holding place. They're just placeholders right now for ranged and for Vargeists, because these Vargeists are going to get reduced by 50% because of this, plus the 10% that we get from this. Actually, plus the 9% that we get from Children of the Night. Let's get another point in there. Keep our upkeep coming. All right. Very nice, and we'll figure out what other point to get you. Also, we'll see what happens here. Hopefully they take it and not sack it, but who knows. Okie dokie, now that that's done, a little bit of planning for next episode, as we got a lot of battles for these armies. You stay here for at least another 3 turns while this place builds up, but we can start upgrading more territories. Zavastra, you are going to level 3, or tier 3, so that you can get those higher level walls. I would upgrade these, but I feel like it's not worth our effort right now, especially since this place is growing so quickly. It'll be maxed out shortly. Now, I also want to see back here. Yes, Karak Raziak, you do need to get upgraded, although not crazily critical. Didn't we have an iron mine somewhere? Fort Chakova. You're coming up as well. Okay, just not ready yet. Okay, it's fine. That is all fine. Because we're going to get rid of those Lich Guards later on anyway. Lich Yards, rather, Lich Guards. Next, what do we have here? River Urskoy, you're fine. Mount Gunbad, you are fine-ish. You could get attacked, but you can hold against the basic Skaven stack without too much problem. Fyldorf, I would love to upgrade you to tier 4 so that we can get you your Balefire Brazier and start corrupting everything around you. But I think once again we can wait on that because it doesn't give us direct money, and that's what we need. Karak Kadrin, you're kind of in the same situation. We're good here. Solon, we just checked. Wurtbad, we're good. World's Edge Mountains, Karak Raziak, yeah, that's another Gibbet. And another level. No more Gibbets here. Karak Dromar, you are far enough away, I would think. Wait, Dromar's in here somewhere. Wait, no, it's down here, yeah. Ooh, actually, Karak Dromar is kind of in a vulnerable place. It can get jumped by orcs at any time. You know what? I'm gonna upgrade you. Just because of your general vulnerability. And you know what? I think we're gonna upgrade Mount Gunbad's walls as well. Gotta get those up and running properly. Kislev is now good. And I think we save the rest of this cash for next turn. There will be more gibbets to build and other stuff to upgrade. Nothing that we have here is still critical. Okay, now, everybody's moved. I want to see what happens with regards to this end turn, though we are unfortunately basically out of time. And though we've prepared quite a bit with these guys, which I'm gonna be pretty happy about. And I do want to see how this stuff with Morse plays out. I suppose they could actually attack us if the ambush fails, which would be interesting. Also, let's upgrade you just in case. You've got your blade shield. Let's get your scarred veteran, mostly because I like making you guys unkillable, even though you're not really necessary in any army. Except Master Necromancer armies. Anyway, skip the rest of this, end the turn, and this will reduce our upkeep further, which is good because we just got more Graveguard. 8.3k, let's see what we got after this. And once we get over 12k, we're gonna further... wait, underway interception. Oh, interesting. Alright, you know what? And it's Queek's army, too. You know, we're gonna fight this. We're gonna fight this. Just manually, because it'll be a super easy battle, but, I mean, we gotta take the chance. Or not even the chance, just the opportunity. I don't know why Queek decided to jump over... maybe he was trying to jump over Mount Gunbat instead of attacking it directly because of the relatively trash nature of his army. That said, it's a little bit weird that he even has an army like this at this point in the game, though I suppose we're only like, what, 60 turns in? 50 turns in? Something. It's not that late, so the AI hasn't been generating any crazy armies as yet. It's just that our empire has ballooned quite quickly because, well... vampire counts. Anyway. Plus, we can expand in every direction, which is quite nice. Anyway, let's get you guys here. Batilda, you're gonna try to do Queek. You guys are gonna hold the line. Like so. Like so. And like so. Corpse Cart. Mortis Engine. Everybody but Batilda's gonna be around, or level 2. And... Group 2, I mean. And then you're gonna be Group 3. And you're gonna be Group 4. Bats, you are going to stay all the way back here. Good. Start. And Batilda, forward. You guys group up and forward up here on this hill. Take the hill, please. And then you guys go down here. I do expect the enemy will be summoning menaces below shortly, but let's speed it up. And let's start killing some rats in high numbers. Also, we might as well start spamming Black Periapts. Actually, now that we have a third vampire in, or a fourth vampire, technically, if you count both Vlad and Isabella, in Vlad's army, I was just counting heroes, which is why I said 3. We could, in theory... oh, there's the summon. Damn it. Nah. It's already gone. Is that our corpse cart chasing it? Please don't make me fight. Okay, fine. Mortis Engine, go kill that. Alrighty, and more menaces below here. You know what? You guys back here, and let's get the 2 coaches to rip those things apart. We've seen them do so with great effect previously, and you guys go all here. Thank you. And you guys didn't know, you can join them. Go where you're supposed to go. Speed it back up. Damn that menace below. It doesn't do any damage, it's just annoying because it breaks up army formations. But I suppose if they want to waste it like this, well, they're welcome to. We can just keep spamming Black Periapt until we have max winds of magic available. Who would complain about that? Me, I would. Alrighty, good enough. And what do we have here? Are we ready to attack? Yeah, let's get to it. Let's group you. You guys start moving together. Then we'll separate the black coaches away from them afterwards. You guys are going to try to break through the line shortly to go after those Skaven slave slingers. Batilda, start off with a Spirit Leech on Queek. And then summon some zombies on said slingers right there, while the rest of the army slowly moves in. Slingers aren't super threatening to you, although they will do some damage. You can't underestimate Skaven slave spam, or slinger spam in the early game. It's really quite a lot better than it seems. And let's attack these clan rats with a Black Dragon Breath, or Zombie Dragon Breath. There we go, decent amount of damage. Could have waited until they blobbed up, but of course, once they do blob up, they, the cooldown will probably have somewhat dissipated. Alright, and we could probably get a Wind of Death through all this as well in a few seconds. You, go after Queek. You can get your healing potion up and running now, and you know what? We can also debuff some enemies. Right, let's say on this side. Good, and I think our Black Knights and Co. are ready to go. Move that out here, and let's find some targets, shall we? Ah, a Pit of Shades here would just be lovely. Nah, I guess Wind of Death through this then. Try not to hit our own units though. How about, like, so? And ooh, the Black Coach is taking a little bit of damage. Gotta be careful. Oh, it's being attacked by the Chieftain. You go kill the Chieftain. Prevent him from killing that Coach. And how's everybody else? Everybody else is fine. Okie dokie, that's nice Wind of Death and hurt Queek like so. Let's get you with the Penumbral Pendulum through these ranged units. And Black Knights, you ready to move in? Ghouls ready to hit him in the back. Good, good, good. There's the Penumbral Pendulum. Alright, fine, get a heal going. Well, this is one of the reasons we need a Master Necromancer in this army, although, well, I mean, generally you want those. Alright, or not a Master Necromancer, just a Necromancer. Alright, good. Bathilda, go jump down on Queek, shall ya? And, oh wow, he's hurting our poor White King. And you know what, summon some zombies in the middle of all this. There you go. Black Coaches, ignore Queek, just go after the blobs, would you? And Mortis Engine, go into the biggest blob you can see and attack that. Alright, battle should be over shortly. This is merely an underway interception after all. We don't have to catch them, they'll all die. Then the army will disappear. Matilda, get a heal going on... You know what? We will probably wait until the army routes and overcast the heal. That's still not routing. Let's get you healed up, White King. Let's also debuff Queek. And the rest of his army will die. Somebody needs to kill that chieftain. Oh, also, White King. It's time for you to get out, buddy. Ah, there he goes. Queek's done 4, which means we can speed it up, and then we can slow it down. Then, we can get the most hurt units, which is you, together with the... I think it's just the elites that got hurt, and the Mortis Engine will heal itself. Everybody else doesn't really matter. Let's speed it up again. Alright, Batilda, heal up you to max, good. And you know what, use your Spirit Leech on Queek just because you can. Everything else will heal to full. Yes, no damage on any of our actual infantry. It was all to our elites. Very strange. You expect to take losses on your infantry and not damage on your elites, but fortunately the elites are much easier to heal, especially because of all the infantry near their caps, and you can continue healing the single entities next turn. There you go. Pop a Black Periapt. Unit has been wiped out. That would be the unnecessary unit. And you know what? Queek's still alive. Use the Spirit Leech just to make him die. I know it's unnecessary, but just do it. Everybody's at full health now. Mortis Engine, apply some aura to him, because clearly that wasn't enough, and there we go. Perfect. Well done. Easy enough, 0 losses as expected. Poor Queek in that interception. Yeah, it was really unfortunate that that army heal via channeling stance didn't work. That could have really been bad for us. Might have had to fight a very desperate retreat up through the Darklands, Grimgore's territory, if the dwarfs declared war on us. Or, I suppose, desperately conquered the dwarven territory and healed there instead, though I suppose the same could have worked with Rictus as well. We are going to heal up just in case, because we don't know what'll happen next. Let's find out. Do the Karazakarak dwarfs move after the Skaven? There's still time for them to declare war, but they didn't this time. Alrighty. Dangerous situation for,
We have much to
Oh,
discuss.
Draika wants a military alliance once again. That's... No, actually she just wants us to join the war against Clan Ferric. Yeah, we'll do that later. Once we've dealt with the enemies beside us and taken Averland and spread out a little bit. And what do you want? Oh, a nice trade agreement for free? Well, that's just lovely. All the Cathayan territories seem to love us now. We just gotta keep them alive, and ooh, I just saw Mousillon might have lost its army. Carrot hero action cost, stick hero success chance, definitely the hero success chance. Not even a choice there. A Vermin Flail for Queek, for defeating Queek, which is frankly pretty garbage. I don't really get these traits, and I never have. Like, plus 10 bonus versus infantry, plus 10 bonus versus large on a hero that does, 500 base or so around that, right? Like, why? Who cares? If this was a percentage, yes, but at this, why? I'm pretty sure that defeating Malice gives you like 45 or 50 or something like that. That's a lot better, but 10? I'm not sure. Maybe there's something I'm missing about those. Anyway, we're back over 9.1k as the upkeep for those Graveguard is now up. And the next turn we'll be able to destroy Fabrigear here, then briefly move into Mount Gunbad and heal up. Beautiful. Alrighty, looks like we achieved a bunch of stuff that we wanted to achieve this episode. And unfortunately we will have to call it here. Next time Vlad's gonna move down to Erengrad and probably grab it for ourselves. Possibly Castle von... oh. Possibly, I was gonna say Wolfenburg, but it looks like Ostland's gonna reclaim it. We'll kill them later on. I want that damn gold mine. Or maybe our Festus will do our job for us in that regard. We shall see. And then, of course, Rudy and Peter are going to do something about Aberland. I'm almost tempted to kill Marius Leitdorf while he's sieging, but no, we'll wait out the siege and just wait outside Averheim at the same time. So stay tuned for that. Don't forget to leave a like and comment for your friendly neighborhood heretic. All glory to the algorithm. And thanks for watching.